Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Just Ride.
That's Rob Warner, and I am Elliot Jackson. Rob, what have you been up to? Are you still thinking about your film, or what's going on?
I've just made a film. I just made a film. Thanks. That was not set up just before we started recording, I promise you. But now we're on to the subject of the film I just made. Now I just got five of the oldest bikes ever, downhill bikes, 5 giants from 1996. The ATX 990 through to the New Glory, and I raced them all against it. I don't know if you can call it raced against each other, but I rode them down a track and videoed it.
I'm actually curious, like, how far off were the times?
Oh, I think that, well, I can't give that away, can I? You won't watch the film.
Well, you got to provide a teaser or people won't rouse to it.
Oh, it was like 20 seconds or so.
From the slowest to the fastest.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. They all got faster except one bike, from the ATX1 to the DH team, but I never liked the DH team, so it sort of actually was the same as back in the day. Yeah, although I nearly crashed, as I'd have been a second up maybe, but yeah, it was funny. But
that'd be cool.
It was just funny. It was just mad actually to ride. More than anything, the nostalgia of riding those old bikes and remembering how small they were and how ridiculous and how far the sport's come. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. What have you been doing? You're in Sweden, right?
I'm in Sweden. I'm at Thule doing some stuff over here. What did I do before this? I went to New York. I've been traveling so much this year. And then we were in Italy. I don't think we've had we did have a podcast there.
Yeah. But after
this,
I'm done. It's a big one too.
It's a big one. Keep your eyes out. I'm done after this, so I'm just going to be at home, maybe go to my dad's for Thanksgiving, and just stay in one spot the entire December. That's going to be insane. It's going to be insane.
Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. It must be time for your pre-Christmas Thanksgiving. It's like the Christmas that comes early in America that no one else can understand. Hey,
yeah, we just eat things. We've
been talking about old bikes and how much better everything's got. Let's go almost to the future, to the most progressive event on the planet, to Red Bull Hardline Tasmania in February next year, which actually today I finally confirmed all the riders for.
When you say you confirm them, you need to tell people that you are. Wait, what is your title at Red Bull Hardline?
I've got a job title.
Yeah, what is it?
I am the Red Bull Hardline Director of Sport. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? I've never had a job or a title before.
What do you do?
What?
Besides choose the riders.
Should we have a look at those riders? Elliot, concentrate. Just be professional.
We're gonna go. What we're gonna do.
Probably not as much as I should is the answer to that.
I'm looking at this list for the first time as well and just as our audience is hearing it, we're going to go kind of down the list and kind of talk about some different riders.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the women. We'll give some takes and things like that. We really just wanted to use this episode to give an overview, to announce the riders, to talk about what we're looking for and what we're excited about for Hardline Tasmania in February, a couple short months away.
Well, it is by far the best lineup we've ever seen. Like, there is no doubt about that. Ronan Dunn is back, the man who won both Red Bull Hardlines last year, Tasmania and Wales. Bernard Kerr, of course, the man who did all the winning before Ronan. He's coming back. G. Atherton's making his return to racing after some big injuries. But perhaps, to me, if you're looking to be at the very sharp end of things, Jackson Goldstone, almost 12 months to the day from when he crashed out of Tasmania, when he hurt his knee, it's going to be his first major race back. And we've got Asa Vermette, the junior world champion, squaring up for the first time. Come on. It's going to be really something.
Okay, you act like you didn't already know that the list was like this.
You take your time and ponder it a little bit now if you want.
No, so I think it would be really interesting for us to kind of start at some of the new riders that are in this year compared to last year. And I think on the women's side, the women's field is crazy strong. So we have these two really big names, and it's the same on the men and the women, where we have this classic kind of amazing free riders and amazing downhill riders. So on the downhill side and the women's, we have Valley and Tawny, right? I really don't think I ever expected to see Valley at a hardline.
Well, she lived up to what she told us on this. Was it on this podcast or on Beyond the Line? Actually, wasn't it?
I think it was on Beyond the Line.
Where she said, "Yeah, I've won everything. It's time I went to Red Bull Hardline." So we've got, World Cup overall winner, women's world champion, the greatest of her generation. Valentina Hull is going to be pushing herself like never before at Red Bull Hardline.
Yeah,
that's for sure. We've never seen her. We know how good she is at jumping, Elliot, but I don't know. It's like. She doesn't really need to be here. She doesn't need to go and do hardline. She's won everything else, but I'm mad keen. I'm mad excited to see that she's up for it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and Tawny's kind of the same.
Yeah,
I think that she kind of she came out last time and kind of led the charge. Helped you choose some of the women last year, and kind of towed a bunch of people into things, and really was, she did a full run and things like that. I think on the day there was a lot of wind and stuff, so she opted out. But I think that even though you have Rachel, I feel like she's the woman that I associate most with hardline, even though she hasn't raced it. Maybe it's just the UK thing, but she's always been this amazing jumper as well.
Well, yeah, and she's been, one of the very first women at hardline in Wales, when they first came to scope it and check it out and stuff. So she's got an association with it, that's for sure. Don't forget as well, Louise Ferguson's back and Gracie Hemstreet. That are the two women that did that historic. The way we opened the broadcast last year was amazing because it was them two up first and they just did top to bottoms. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah, for sure.
And then also, Lou crashed twice before it. Do you remember? We were like, she's not going to send a 75-footer. Yeah, she is.
I know, and I was saying that. It's like, it shows how good she is, because like my hand, I wouldn't have been able to hold on. My hands would have blown off by the time I landed.
Yeah.
And the other dude that is coming is Troy. So Troy was there last year. He did a race. I was talking to him, he was saying like how much he uses that place to train. And I think he's keen. I mean, World Cup winner, the last World Cup that we had, and that'll be super special.
Throw him in the mix as well. I mean, I'm looking at it now. We have never seen as many top flight racers at a Red Bull Hardline. Conor Fearon's back, Laurie Greenland, Kel Seagrave. He blurs the line a little bit now. He's quit racing full time. Iniguez. Velez, of course, and Olguin, the two Colombians that really, to me, like, bearing in mind I got them there, so I was pretty excited to see him deliver. I was like, you got to put them in, trust me. And in Wales, they did light the event up. I mean, don't forget as well that, where was Velez? Third, and he had like a huge crash just before that run. I saw him sat in the pits with ice like all the way out of his jersey. He was a mess. So, I don't know what they'll do in Taz.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we also have these Rampage riders. So we've got on the men's side, Simon Godziak. And then on the women's side, we've got Vaya's in there, Vaya Verbeek. We've got Tammy. And so I think that's kind of the thing too. And I think Simon too was so keen. Like I talked to him on the podcast, and he was training for Rampage and stuff like that. But I mean, he was messaging you like from the beginning of the year.
He was offering himself up to test everything, and he turned up in Wales last year, right? And he didn't do a top to bottom, but of course, it's not really the features that are the problem. For Simon, it's like the gnarly rocks and all the stuff that he doesn't really ride as a slopestyle rider. So when I invited him to Tasmania, I was like, I think you'll find it a bit more to your liking, because it's not as rocky and as wild in those respects. It's not as slippery. And straight back with thanks, but I thoroughly enjoyed Wales too. Yeah, he's back. Yeah, don't worry, Si. We'll get you there.
When I
challenge.
When I talked to that guy, and he told me, he was like, "Yeah, I just want to do the biggest backflip I've ever done in my life."
Yeah.
And I was like, why? Like, what? And so what does that mean?
Yeah.
He's like, well, there was this drop that I went 100 feet off of. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Wait, are you going to backflip that? And he just went, yeah. And then he went and did it.
And that's probably, it's quite, now we got to know him a little bit. I mean, you can see why he's where he is, why he is who he is, because he doesn't shy away from something he might not, he's going to get there. He's going to make sure of it. So yeah, good. And Matt Jones is coming as well as for another big dude from the slopestyle world, so it's going to be good.
Yeah. There's two people. So to round out the women's, we have Gracie there. And we have Nina there, but the two names that I think will be dark horses are Vaya and Eris. Vaya, I think a lot of people don't know this, but she used to race World Cups.
Yeah.
Like when I first started racing, she was racing World Cups. I think I don't know if she got a podium, but she was right up there, like in Rachel's era and things like that. And then she went to Crankworks, won Queen of Crankworks, I think twice. And then, now has been going to a lot of Dark Fest events, these big kind of free ride, jump jam kind of things, 80, 100 foot jumps. And so you kind of be like, this is perfect for her.
It will be. And, a little bit like the lineup in the men's where you got Asa going up against the elite for the first time. We've got Arise van Leuven, the junior women's world champion for downhill, going up against Valley. So watch this space because, it's true. Hardline, what really always interests me about Hardline is like it does take a slightly different rider. It is a different challenge to a World Cup. We saw it to my interest, watching Sebastian Olguin and Velez, who were just unbelievable in Wales. I was like, they're going to smash World Cups. They didn't perform at World Cups at all, really, last year. But, some of these riders, you put these tracks in front of them, and I don't know, it does something, They like the risk kind of brings something out in them. That's how I see it.
What did change with the track?
So the track... I was on the phone to Simon French, not for long. He was pretty stressed because 10 weeks we're there. You know what I mean?
He's the course builder in Medina, right?
That's right. He oversees it all. He runs the park there. He said it's going to be more of a racetrack, a lot more turns this time. It's going to be a bit longer. The big Fernside, I think they call it, before the highway. You remember that big long highway? There's going to be about a 60, 70 foot jump in there. Do you remember that? Yeah, somewhere on that straight, there's going to be a big jump. And then you remember that? You remember the camber with that jump in front of it?
Take a left-hander and then,
It was like a wild off camber.
Yeah.
He said, has been absolutely stripped bare again. There was a few ruts developing. No. We need a full off camber. So that's been ripped apart again.
And then, so he made it back to true off camber. I see.
Again.
Yeah, I see.
And then further down where it finished last year over that big 75 foot, it's going to go right now. And then I think it's a big 55 foot step down with a few more turns and into a 75 foot finish line double, which, when you imagine nearly 4 minutes now, that track will be nearly 4 minutes behind you. That's pretty big.
Yeah. So it's bigger and better.
Do you know what? That's pretty much how he summed it up. I was like, it's just stepped up into an even kind of, he said it's more of a racetrack this year, really. Like that's how it's going to feel. More turns have been thrown in.
I thought it was pretty racy last year.
More tech, a little bit more tech.
Because I was looking at I was looking at the times, right? So like Bernard was 1.8 behind Ronan, and then you went 2.8 with George. Iniguez was almost 5 seconds back. And so I feel like the gaps were pretty good. I think it was one of those tracks where you didn't... you didn't expect the racing to be as good as it was. And I wonder if that will be something, right? Like, because you have Mateo Iniguez, who is like this incredible rider, most stylish guy ever kind of thing.
Apart from Ed Gabriel, who's also coming.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this guy, I don't know, everyone who's listening to this needs to follow him.
Yeah.
Because he is just insane. Like, you follow him on Instagram because he's like the most stylish
the most
guy that you've ever seen in your entire life.
And he didn't start last year because he had a big crash in practice, right? So if he makes it to the finals this year, you'll see him for the first time. And also, very, very last minute, 2 massive riders have signed up. Cade Edwards didn't really know where he was at. He's only just got back on a bike, of course. As soon as he shot his segment of any time in Chile, he was off for a full ACL, full knee reconstruction. So he's back riding. He wants to come. You know, one of the most gifted riders on the planet. Top downhiller as well as a junior. Let's see what he can do. And stop press, Sam Hill, the 3-time downhill world champion, the 3-time Enduro World Series overall winner as well. I mean, one of the greatest riders of all time, an Australian. Sam Hill he's messaged he wants to ride. So that is, phenomenal to get someone like him. This lineup is all time.
All right, Rob. This wasn't in the script, but who is your top 3? Give me your top 3 for men and women 2025.
Wow.
Mr. Sports Director of Sport.
I have studied this list more than anyone else over the last few months. Well, my top 3 for the men is going to be Ronan, Jackson, and Asa. Those are my I'm not putting them in order.
No, you have to. What do you mean? That's the whole point.
Well, Ronan won them both last year. So I'm going to say that, but Jackson was right there until he crashed out. But he hasn't raced for a year. Look, out of respect, right, I'm going to put Ronan as defending his crown there. Right? That's how it is. And I'm going to put Jackson second. And I'm going to put Asa third. And and in the women, bearing in mind that we don't know if we're going to get enough women to actually have a race or have a podium this time, because last year only 2 women got top to bottom, right, as we said. But if 3 women get down, I'm going to say that Valley's going to win. She is World Cup overall winner. She's the undisputed number 1. She's good in the air. I'm going to say that Tanya will be second. I'll go for Gracie Hemstreet third. Now it's your turn.
Okay. That is, that's reasonable. Those are reasonable predictions.
Yeah. They're decent.
Albeit they're wrong, but that's okay. No worries. Somebody's. Okay, so men, I'm going to go Asa Vermette is going to be first.
He might. He might.
And then
he's that good, right, Elliot?
Yeah, he's that good. Yeah, for sure. And then I'm going to say that Ronan will be second. And then I'm going to say Bernard will be third.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
women?
Then women, same caveat there. Valley, she's pretty good at riding bikes. I'll put her first. And then I'm going to go with Eris Van Leeuwen.
Absolutely. Yeah, and apologies, Eris. Actually, I would have put you in. Can I? I'm just going to leave it now. But yeah, it's going to be amazing to see what Eris does, huh?
Yeah, Eris. We learned this.
Eris, excuse me, Eris.
Yeah,
double bad for me tonight. Should we get out of here?
No, okay. So my third one is Tawny, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great race. So I am pretty... Yeah, I feel good. I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I could see a Reese winning that. I really could. The first time, a little bit like Asa, the first time that as juniors are going to get to go against the elites. They are not They are not going to be hanging around. Oh, it's interesting, huh? Like, we've never seen this. This is a first. This is the first time that they get to attack their idols. Yeah, this is going to be pretty special.
True.
Yeah,
that is true.
And that, I feel, will lift them a little bit. You know, this is, No
all that talk about, the time in the juniors was faster than the elites and things like that.
Here we go.
So, what's the thing that you're looking forward to most in Tasmania when you go back?
But remember what I saw there last year? And I've got Adam Brighton as a witness. A Tasmanian devil. Yeah, they're rare as. No, like, no one ever sees them. Even a local came up and was like, what are you doing? We were like, we just saw a Tasmanian devil. And he was like, I've walked by here for 35 years and I ain't seen a devil yet. Me and Brighton, honestly, we went fishing and there it was, hanging out. Twice. It came back for another little swim as well.
I wonder if you guys actually knew what it was. Maybe it was just like a
totally knew what it was, man. It's got like web something or other. It's funny. Maybe it's like a duck-billed platypus that swims. Little bit.
Oh man. Okay.
Should we leave it there?
Let's leave it there. I'm super excited. What's the date, Rob? When are we heading over? It is
the second week, the 7th and 8th of February, the second weekend of February.
Amazing.
So it's not actually that far away. We haven't got that long to wait before we get back in a commentary box. Thank goodness. About 10 weeks and we'll be there. Oh, come on.
Yeah, make sure you and I think if anyone's in, there was a bunch of people, I guess, from Australia and New Zealand that came over. It's actually a really cool festival, right? Like you have a couple of ride days before. There's a ton of good riding there. It's a really cool spot to hang out. So it's definitely worth the trip.
One of the biggest trees in the world.
That is true.
Told you we should have gone when I said, just get out of here. I'm getting far into Wikipedia on air. Let's go.
Well, we'll see you guys later. As always, make sure you hit us up on social, podcasts at redbull.com. Trying out a little bit of a new format here, I think. Let us know if you like it and what you want to see around the events. I think we're going to maybe think about doing some podcasts and some other little bits and bobs when we're there on site. So give us some ideas and let us know what you want to see.
And let us know if you want us to do a live one anywhere. I'm up for doing a live one somewhere on stage. Oh, so keen. That would be fun. And of course, Just Ride drops every other Tuesday. So you're catching new one there. And you can even watch us on Red Bull's. We've got our own YouTube channel, haven't we?
We have our YouTube channel.
We're there, man. Yeah. We've arrived. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We're big time. Yep.
Here you go. Rock and roll. Right. See you later, Elliot. Thanks for listening.
See you. Okay, bye.